Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Creative Witchy Mumma. And welcome to those that are new here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are liking this content and it resonates with you, I would really love it if you hit the subscribe. It helps me get to know you. Also helps me to know what you like as well. And it can be really great for me to grow and to help other women out there, help other solo mums. Yeah, so if you are loving it, please hit the subscribe and also like, comment, share. I love all your comments. I try and get back to every comment that is left on any of the videos. So yeah, if you have any comments, please do hit them down below. Uh, Today, I want to talk about something I haven't really shared a lot. I actually conducted a video just a few days ago with the lovely Ebony from the Anahata tribe, and it brought up some things that I haven't spoken about for quite some time. So it brought up about some domestic violence. Now, I was the victim of domestic violence many years ago. I was so young. I think my first round, so it happened twice. My first round, I was only 13. I was in a relationship with a man, and there was about 6 years age difference. Look, at 13, I thought that I was 30. I thought that I was invincible, that I could conquer the world. And yeah, I was in a relationship with a guy, and yeah, there was domestic violence. And it sort of got me thinking about how it's kind of shaped my life. So obviously that was the first time. My second relationship after that was also domestic violence. Now, it wasn't all physical. A lot of it was mental manipulation, but there was physical too, unfortunately. And I was so young, so innocent and naive, really. I didn't really know what was going on. I kind of thought that it was normal. All of my friends were in very similar relationships. Hello, Lucy. Um, yeah, all of my friends were in quite similar relationships, and so for me, it was kind of normal. And it wasn't normal in my house. Like, my mum wasn't subjected to that. And I hadn't really dealt with it at home, but definitely within my friendship circles. Kind of talks a lot about my friendship circles at the time. But yeah, I want to talk about how I'm not going to drag up all the incidences or anything like that. But what I do want to talk about is how it kind of shaped my future, right? So after I came out of the last relationship that did have domestic violence, I was only 16. I was so young, and I moved back home with my mum at the time. I'd been living with the guy in Halifax. I moved back home with my mum in Birmingham, so made a big move. Look, I mean, I'll get back on and talk about some other things, but I actually left home, but when I was very young, and there was a lot of stuff going on. But basically, it kind of led me on a brand new trajectory. I think at the moment that I decided that I was exiting that relationship, it actually ignited something in me. It ignited a spark that I think had been lost for a few years. And it kind of pushed me into a new path. I got a job, I was studying, I then went on to do multiple jobs. I helped my mum in her business. And then I think it actually led me to, though, not being in relationships with guys for much longer after that. I had a couple of other relationships with guys until I was about 20. And then I met my ex wife. And then I actually moved out to Australia. So it kind of took me on a really big journey. And although the times itself was horrific, like reliving some of those moments, they are dreadful. And I have been, and I've spoke to counselors about this. I've done healing through my journey. But what it did was it kind of like took me on a big like turnaround. It kind of led me to not trust a lot of men, and I felt very safe in my relationship with a woman. So, but then it also brought me to Australia, and I kind of think, had I not have had those experiences, where would I be now? Uh, you know, our life is kind of, I think it's kind of mapped out a bit for us, and we're taking all these different journeys, and you'll see actually in the interview with Ebony, she says the same, like the destination's the same, the journey, we choose different journeys, right? I actually think the journey chooses us. We think that we have choice, but I think whatever we choose to do is because we're meant to do that for a reason. And I'm not saying that, people should be in domestic violence relationships and things like that, because it's dreadful. But is there something that we're learning from these experiences? Because I think and I learned very, very young. Like, I mean, within a 3-year gap from 13 to 16, like I said, two, violent relationships. And I was so young, but I was so malleable as well. So I could learn a lot from those situations. And I've never been in like a relationship like that since. So I do think it really helped me very young on. And you know what, I don't hold any grudges against either of the guys. Absolutely not. I wish them all the best. I'm sure they're both settled down in relationships, and I hope, they're wonderful. But what I do want to say is almost like a bit of a thank you in a way, because without those experiences, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. I wouldn't be on the journey that I'm on, perhaps. Maybe I would be somewhere else. Maybe I would still be here. But if I hadn't have made that decision back when I was 16 and I'd got married to the guy and I'd had a family with this guy, where would I be? Like a battered housewife, maybe. I don't know. But I'm kind of grateful that I learned so early on, and that was a part of my life, and it was a part of, it was part of my childhood, really. I was a teenager, but I was still a kid. I was still at school. So it really shaped me. It shaped the woman that I wanted to be as well. And like I said, it ignited a spark, and I wanted to be better. I wanted more for myself. I wanted to learn. I wanted to thrive. And Lucy, can we sit down, darling? Sorry, my cat is very happy that I'm here, and she just wants lots of pats. Come on. Yeah, so I'm quite thankful for all the experiences, even the negative ones or the bad ones that we see at the time. We see them as being bad. I actually don't think they were bad in now, because I've moved on from it, and it kind of shaped the rest of where I was going to go. And, for those that have been following along, I'm now with a beautiful guy, and, he's just wonderful. He's so lovely to me. He absolutely adores Harrison. And, the gender doesn't matter to me. Like, I've obviously learned now, and I've done a lot of healing around men and things like that, because it did impact me early on. But it actually took me on a whole new healing path. It took me to go and seek help. I was very fortunate. My mum was a therapist, a psychotherapist, and a hypnotherapist at the time, and she had a business. So I actually saw a therapist that worked in the clinic for her, or with her, and it was so nice because I could actually talk through all of these things. And they've been kind of part of my healing. It's been a big part of my journey, and I think a lot of to do with what happened there was directly related to my relationship with my dad. And like all of these things kind of get connected, and I'm not going to go into the big spider web of that today. But I just want to say, these experiences, they are dreadful at the time. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what situation you're in, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. they are dreadful and they are awful to get away from as well. They can be really hard to get away from because the manipulation is rife. But when you do and you look back in your future life, I think there's a lot to be grateful for, because I truly believe, for me, and I could only speak for me, that it is it has shaped me. It made me, or helped make me. It's part of my makeup. It's part of who I am. It's made me who I am today, and I'm proud of who I am today. I'm doing a lot. Obviously, I'm raising Harrison by myself, and it's and I made all of these decisions, but did I really? Who knows? Maybe they were there all for me, because I think Harrison was going to come into my life regardless. But yeah, I kind of want to say thank you to those situations, and that I hold no malice against those guys. You know they were doing what they were doing. They thought, whatever they thought, that's on them. It's not on me. It wasn't a reflection on me, of me either. It was just the situations at the time. But it helped me become a stronger, more independent, and good person. I think it really helped me see different things in different people as well. And I think that's really important. I actually think going through those experiences also helped me become a better leader. I love managing, and I love training and coaching other people, and watching and seeing them learn. I think it helped me thrive in those scenarios, because it helped shape me. So, look, I'm obviously not condoning what was done, because it was dreadful and it's not right. It's absolutely wrong. So, um, but I just want to say that the experiences for me, although they were awful in the time, now in reflection, and I've had this reflection now for many, many years. I'm 40 years old now. This is, going back a long time ago. um I've had this feeling of, I guess, gratitude to those people, because it did take me on a brand new path. And without that, who knows where I would have been. If it had been more subtle, maybe I would have stuck around. If I'd been a bit older, maybe I would have stuck around too, because, I was very young and I felt like I could make the decisions that I did to get out of that scenario. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today, because it was brought up in an interview, and it's something that I haven't really spoken about for a long time. But it is a part of me. It's very much a part of who I am. It was an experiences in my life that will stay with me forever. And I don't think that it's a bad thing that they're staying with me. I think, I can appreciate them for what they are, and move on from it, and appreciate the person that I am today. Because like I said, I'm very proud of myself. I'm proud of where I've come. I'm proud of all the things that I've achieved, and all the things that I know I'm going to achieve too, because I strive for so many things, and yeah, I'm proud of that. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. If you are experiencing domestic violence, obviously my heart is going out to you. It is a very difficult situation to be in. I know there are some great helplines out there. I'll drop them below. And if you do type the word orange, I will reach out to you personally as well, to discuss it a little bit further. So, yeah, like, I mean, it is, yeah, it's not it's a weird topic to talk about, especially for me, because it was such a long time ago. But like I said, I sit and hold myself in gratitude now for what happened, for the experience, and for the lessons that I learned from it too. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are loving this content as much as I am absolutely loving sharing it, I would love it if you hit the subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell as well, so you do know when I'm uploading some new content. I will be truly, truly grateful. Mwah. Till next time.